There is a legal principle that says if you occupy something long enough undetected, it becomes yours. A spider figured this out first. You built this. Thread by thread, across a gap between two branches, you built the most efficient trap in the animal kingdom. You check it every few hours, you repair what tears, you eat what falls in. It is yours. You'd say that with total confidence. But you haven't checked the far corner in weeks. There's no reason to. Nothing's torn there. Nothing's missing. What you don't know is that something has been living in that corner since the week you finished building. Not hiding from you, just outside your attention. Small enough to never trip a strand. Patient enough to never need to. It eats when you're not looking. It moves only when the web itself is already vibrating, so its footsteps disappear inside yours. What would you do if you found out today that part of your home had quietly stopped being only yours and had been for months? Here's what makes this so hard to catch. Detecting an intruder costs more than tolerating one. Every check of the web takes energy. Every repair takes silk, and silk is expensive to make. A host spider that aggressively inspected every corner every day would burn more resources hunting a thief than the thief was actually costing her, so she doesn't look. It isn't carelessness. It's arithmetic she's never run on purpose, just inherited. The intruder isn't surviving by being strong. It's surviving because the cost of catching it is higher than the cost of ignoring it. This is where it gets uncomfortable, because there's a name for what's happening here, and it didn't come from biology. It came from property law. It's called adverse possession. Occupy something long enough, undetected or unchallenged, and eventually the law itself starts treating you as though you belong there. The cuckoo spider has been running that exact exploit for longer than property law has existed. It doesn't ask permission, it doesn't fight for territory, it just outlasts the cost of being noticed. And for a while, that's the whole arrangement. The host spider built the web, the intruder borrows it. Small losses, tolerable losses, the kind you stop counting because counting costs more than losing. But arrangements like this are never stable, because at some point the resources start running out. A bad season, a web that catches less food coming in, more eyes that finally start checking corners. And when food runs short, the intruder doesn't leave quietly. In several documented cases, the relationship reverses entirely. The tenant becomes the predator, and the spider that built the entire structure becomes prey inside her own home. That tension you're picturing right now isn't anxiety. It's 200,000 years of resource math, finally returning a different number. The moment detection becomes cheaper than tolerance, the whole relationship flips. What was theft becomes violence. A guest with no warning becomes a hunter. She never decided to share her web. She just never found the cost of looking worth paying until the day it was. I've spent a long time thinking about why this particular arrangement bothers people more than outright predation does. Open attack, you can see coming. This is something else, something that survives for months, entirely inside the gaps of your attention. In the end, nothing here was stolen by force. It was stolen by patience. And patience, it turns out, is the cheapest weapon in nature, because no one bothers to defend against something that never announces itself. The cuckoo spider survived by exploiting the cost of being noticed. The dung beetle solved something far blunter around the same evolutionary timeline. It turned the thing every other creature walks away from into the most fought-over currency on Earth.